Call to action buttons are a great way to engage with your readers and redirect them where you want them. So, for example, this book now call to action button will redirect them to my booking website. But you can also use call to actions to set up internal navigation on your newsletter. So, this is really helpful to spare scrolling down for your readers. For example, when they click on my Dream Travel Guides button, they will be straight away redirected to this part of the newsletter, and same thing for the hotel packages, etc. So you can set up a menu at the top, and if you have a very long newsletter, it's quite helpful. Now, Publicate gives you three ways to set up call to action buttons. The first one is to use the placeholders, which we add underneath the content that could use a call to action button. For example, when you add a link, we automatically add this placeholder here, add a call to action. So I'm going to click on here. And you can see that I can either choose to add the link of my original resource, or I could add hyperlink text, which you can style as you want, or I can add a button. Okay, but I'm not going to do this here, so I'll just cancel. So if I wanted, I could have three different call to action buttons underneath each web link, but I prefer to have just one. So what I will do, and that's the second way you can set up a call to action button, is to just add a row, and then you will choose as your row type to add a button. And again, it's the same principle. You can choose the prompt of your button. So we'll change it to book now. Okay, you can add the link that you want. This is by default because it's the last one I've used, but you can of course change this. You could make it a little bit bigger. Okay, change the color. Fine. And once you're happy with all the options, the formatting options, you just click on apply. Now, another way to set it up is to add another row, but this time you could choose a multi-column row. And on each one, you can choose to add a button. Okay, the reason why they come up by default right now as read more and in blue is because this is the type of call to action button I've set up actually in my brand kit. So the brand kit feature is accessible if you have a team plan or a business plan. It's not accessible on the individual plan. And the brand kit is really helpful because you can set up a lot of automated style. So you don't need to each time design your call to action buttons. For example, they just come up as you prefer, and you can of course change this. You can add multiple call to action buttons in your brand kit and choose which one you want to use, or remove the ones that you don't use anymore. Now, these buttons are used to redirect to an external page, but let's say that you want to use this internal navigation feature I was talking about at the beginning. For example, here at the end of the newsletter, I could add a button that says go back to top menu, so that people automatically come back up here. So to set this up, first we need to set up the anchor, which is where the readers will be redirected. So I'm going to click on here to add the anchor, and I will name it top menu. So you cannot add a space in the name of your anchor. That's why I put capital letter to menu, and I just made it one word. Click save. So you see now my anchor turned to blue, which means that it's set up correctly. So now when I go at the end to add my button, again, I will just add a row and select the button. Okay, change the prompt. Okay, and now instead of adding a link that would redirect to an external page, I will just click on the anchor and choose my anchor. So you can see I've set up others before, but this time I will choose the top menu. Okay, and I'm happy with the button style, so I'll just click apply. And now when people click on this button, they will automatically be redirected to the top. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, just open the chat here and send us a message. Thank you.